This is part two of the destruction of the black family and how programming of the black woman has and is destroying the black family. And once you destroy the black family, you're actually destroying the black community. And that just grows and grows and grows. And a lot of this is due to the programming tactics that I would say the status quo our colonizers used. And what they did was something similar to what the military does. But before I get into that, let's establish the structure of the family. The man is the head, the woman, then the children. If the man and the woman are together as one in mind, thinking, and what they direct their children to do, the children have no other option but to follow those directives. In the military, when you go in, they break you down. They break you down from what you thought you was into what they want you to be. And the only way to do that is to take that structuring and programming that you previously had and beat that out of you. Train that out of you. Then they put in a new program, a military program that allows you to work within their system. And if you don't work within that system, they put you in jail or they put you out. And when they put you out, you have nowhere to go because they tattoo you with a tag that makes most employers want to stay the hell away from you. But getting back to the black family, when they saw black women saw what our colonizers did to black men, and that they were in no position to help the black woman sometimes because the colonizer beat them within, like the guy said, a smart guy said, an inch of his life, cut off his genitals, and some people got ripped apart. They take two horses and rip them apart right in front of the family, okay? And this terrorized the woman. So she was willing to do anything to save her children. But you got to understand something. No matter how much love a woman has for a little boy, she cannot raise him to be a man. And no matter how much wisdom she has, she's not the head of the family. And a lot of women have gotten used to the fact that they've been running their own show and they haven't really understood the effect that it's had on especially their young boys, but also the girls too. Because when you don't have the proper structure in place, you can't give a child all that they need. It's hard to do that when you have the right structure in place. Okay? For example, I was around a lot of ladies when I was growing up. I had sisters and I had two aunts. My uncles, they were doing their thing, They helped out moving, or if I really got out of hand, and one of them felt that they needed to come over there, they'd come and talk and try to deal with me. But my mom at one point, she couldn't handle me anymore, okay? And I didn't want to be in her presence, in the presence of my sisters and my aunts all the time, because that was all women. And I didn't have those feelings like that. I wanted to know what a man does. I wanted to do what a man does. She couldn't help me with that. The only thing she could do was instill fear in me because she didn't want nothing to happen to me. But this is a man's world in some cases, and you got to do what you got to do. You got to experience things as a man, okay? Now, getting back to the destruction of the black family, the guy Smart was talking about how we each have our roles to play in life, but especially in family life. Okay? It is a job of a man to direct that family, provide for that family, to do the things that, leads that family to a better life. And it's the job of the woman, at least it used to be, to support that man in his role, to also take care of the kids, cook, and do a lot of other things. Now, today, the woman has to, a lot of times, she has to work. And if there is no man present, then she has to work even more so that she doesn't get a chance to do a lot of things with the children that a housewife normally does. She doesn't get to cook those meals sometimes that nourish those kids and their family so that they could grow and be strong. Okay? She doesn't get to spend time with them to nurture them and to give them the things that children need. Okay? To feel loved, protected. Okay? And so we are seeing the ramifications of not having the correct black family in place. Our kids tell us that. Our communities tell us that. But let me tell you something else that tells us a lot. It's the way that our black women treat and talk to black men. It's like no other group that I know of will disrespect their men like that. And let me tell you something. While I am on this subject, the women are not 100% at fault, but our men, there are a lot of them that don't step up and do the things that they're supposed to do. They misuse and abuse these women, and our women. And instead of treating them like queens and princesses so that they can act in that role, we misuse them. A lot of that music talks about the way that, they look at women, and then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, and we see that women act that out. And while you acting that out, sometimes you have children and family at home. So we have to get back to some old school structuring, some old school disciplining. Anytime the colonizers started getting in the household, talking about who should be there and who should be not, and we'll take care of you, but the man can't be there, you understand? That was the beginning of the destruction of our communities and families. Now, when a woman is there all alone, a lot of these women have gotten education, and I said once before, I'm proud of you and everything else, but what about the family? What about black men? Well, black men have always been the prey of the colonizers, the jealousy of the colonizers, because we have those godlike qualities that they would like to have. Dominant genes, okay? The love of women, that we didn't even seek out, okay? And so, understanding this, we both have to respect one another. Black women to the men and men to the women. But